Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Preparedness for the Average Family and I'm Josh. Tonight I want to talk about a topic and skill set near and dear to my heart, ham radio, amateur radio. Tonight I want to help you learn about a couple of resources that I have here that I believe will help you get licensed, and I encourage you to get licensed. The first resource I want to introduce to you, if you're not licensed at all, is your technician license. This is going to be the first level of licensing for those in the United States. And this book is the book that I used, not this exact one. This one is a newer one now, but this one is good from July of 2022 to June of 2026. And the reason being is this uses the actual question and answers from the question answer pool that will be on the test. So you run into every possible scenario and question with this, basically. It's got great study materials and a practice test in the back. And again, this is put out by the ARRL, the American Radio Relay League. Now, if you want to, this, first of all, is going to give you your technician license, like I said, and it's going to open you up to VHF, UHF communications, basically line of sight communications, as well as a small portion of the HF spectrum on 10 meters. And with that, you can talk line of sight through repeaters. Local emergency communications will be available to you. So at least get your technicians. And you'll still have a portion of the high frequency spectrum to be able to talk longer distances available to you as well with your technicians. But if you want to open up the majority of the high frequency or HF spectrum, you're bouncing off the ionosphere, you're talking across the world, then I encourage you, for those of you in the United States, to get your general license. This is the book that I actually used, this very book, to get my general license a couple years back, and I have loved every minute of being on HF. Talking to various people. The farthest I've ever talked from my location here in Central Texas was Slovenia. I've talked all over the world to Alaska, Hawaii, all the way to Australia. So it's been fun, but you get practice is the important thing with the radio. You get practice using the radio, how to make antennas. There's so many different things you can learn that are going to be useful to a prepper. Now, the last level of licensing is the extra class license. This is the one I'm currently studying for. I'm not an extra class. I am a general, as I said. This is the one that I'm studying for right now. I've been studying for the past few months, and I probably will be studying for a few more months because it is quite the test. As you can see, it is pretty thick. But I have seen some people walk in and take their technician, their general, and their extra all in one sitting and be able to do it. That leads me to my next point, which is when you go to get tested, it normally costs, your mileage may vary, $10 to $15. And say you pass your technician, they're going to offer, do you want to take your general more often than not? And you don't have to pay any extra. And then I've seen, like I said, I've seen people walk out and take all three tests and pay only $10 or $15, and boom, they're licensed as an extra. It is possible. It's difficult, but it is possible if you study hard enough. Another resource I want to leave you with is Ham Radio for Dummies. This book is really going to introduce you to the world of ham radio, certain words that we use like POTA or SOTA, Parks on the Air, Summit on the Air. So it's going to introduce you to things like that and other emergency communication groups that we have and other topics. Good book, good introduction to the jargon, the hobby, and the service. Another good thing about technology that I really love is the fact that we have applications on our phones now, right? As we had for the past 20 years, these things have gotten absolutely phenomenal in their capabilities. When I'm fishing, I use FishBrain. Check it out. And it's a great app that you can track fish on. Well, it's no different in ham radio. In ham radio, we have a couple of different apps, various different apps that'll help you study. The one that I use is called Ham Study by Signal Stuff. I highly recommend this app. Inside this app, it breaks it down super easy. You got a study mode, you got a practice test mode, and you've got all levels of the test, the technician, the general, and the extra. And this really helped me get my general license in a very big way. I was able to study and take a practice test every day and just keep on building over a couple of weeks, and I was able to get my general. And the last thing that I want to mention is going to be the ARRL website, the American Radio Relay League website. Go to this website, and when you go to this website, you're going to see a lot of different things, topics, articles to read. But the one thing I want you to learn about it is go to the tab where you can look up groups that offer testing in your area. So you can have a certified tester, proctor your test, get your technician at least, and get you on the air. That is the best resource I can offer you tonight is just where to get tested. And it's the ARRL website where you can look up who tests in your area based on your location and contact people to contact and everything. It's great. It's absolutely great. And in closing, guys, you know, a lot of people may not be interested in ham radio or think it's a dying thing with all the technology we have. But if the grid were to go down, even in, you know, not like, you know, world without law kind of situations or, you know, some kind of doomsday scenario, ham radio, amateur radio is used all the time in emergency situations to get people connected. And that's the important thing, right? Is we want to be better prepared. So again, why would you not want to practice this? So at least consider getting your technician license and get on the air and practice. You'll meet great people and you'll learn a lot that'll help you be a better prepared household. If you have any questions, guys, please drop them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, please drop them in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And those of you who have been supporting, it means a lot. It really does. It really does. Thank you so much. And as always, guys, remember, preparedness is a family matter. Have a good day.